Cancer, this reading is for you. We're doing messages from your higher self, as we always do around here. And Cancer, before we begin, y'all may already notice I sound a little bit different. Recovering from a sore throat. That's pretty much gone, but now I'm like stuffy, lots of drainage. I have my paper towels over here to blow my nose, so y'all might see that coming out. Because my nose has been running like crazy. Like it's absurd how much is coming out of my nose. But we're still here. I'm still giving y'all a reading today. I still feel up to the task. So, Cancer, without further ado, all of you put your imagination caps on. Pretend like you're sitting right across the table from me in this space. You could hold the end of the deck, the other end of the deck, how I'm holding it. And Cancer, let us bow. Spirit, this reading is for Cancer, for the collective sign of Cancer, every single one of them out there. I'm reading for all of them. I'm calling on all of our intuitions, all of our higher selves in the universe to be with us through this reading, please and thank you. Cancer, you may let go. Again, spirits, this is messages from Cancer's higher self, all of their higher selves out there. Messages from their higher selves. What do they need to hear right now? What needs to be shed? What needs to be brought to light? What needs awareness? Anything and everything that you want to reveal to them right now, whatever you deem the most important right now. Spirits, what is at the top of the mountain for Cancer? Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Hope y'all are doing well, by the way, Cancer. Hope y'all aren't as stuffly and as sick as I am. I'm not really feeling that bad, though. I'm in good spirits right now, you know. I'm not feeling terrible. It's nothing that I can't get through, right? We'll take those two, sure. I didn't see what they were, just saw they popped out. I don't like to get a sneak peek before I start doing the reading. I don't want to look at the cards. So it remains a surprise. Spirit, on my end, if you can remove any anxieties, any fears that may arise during this reading for whatever reason, thin the veil just a little bit more at this time. Allow me to see through to the other side just a little bit more clearly. Allow me to sink into my natural God-given talents with my intuition. And lastly, Spirit, if you can remove any logic, any reasoning from my brain, because that's not what any of this is for me. Cancer, 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 Cancer. Okay, let's begin. Skip this up for a second. Cards for Cancer, spirits. One, two, three, and four. Okay. I'm going to ask for at least a few more cards here, spirits. At least a few more cards for Cancer. A few more cards for Cancer. Let's redo that. Just a few more cards for Cancer here. Okay, I'm doing that thing, man. Sometimes we got to be patient with the cards. Y'all probably hear me say that a lot, but it's true. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, yeah, that's good. That is good. 3 and 4 and Cancer. We shall start there. Think, yeah. Oops. I told y'all Cancer. Y'all might see me blowing my nose like 10 times. Bear with me. Sorry if that's loud. Okay. Cancer, right off the bat, I'm getting like, for some of y'all who are watching this, like you're quite, like you're literally moving out of your parents' house. Like that's the chapter you're entering into, whether you're going off to college, trade school, or you're just simply moving out, getting a job, what have you, getting a different job, moving out. I'm getting for some of y'all as well, Cancer, like, let me show y'all before I say it. The foundation for y'all, Six of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune here. Love that Wheel of Fortune, by the way. But I'm kind of getting like the Page of Swords next to the Six of Swords. Like I'm kind of getting here that some of y'all you feel like, because I'm getting like, mother and child in that boat right in the front, sitting in front. And I'm getting for some of y'all like, I don't know. I feel like you had to be the one who had to be the parent sometimes to your parent. Yeah, and I'm getting for some of y'all as well, like you and your mother, at least at one point, had like a really like I'm getting like a close relationship. I'm getting like you and your mom went through a lot or have gone through a lot together as a unit. A lot of like battles y'all have had to fight together, a lot of storms y'all have had to weather together. Mm. Yeah, and I don't know. I wouldn't say this is necessarily like codependency vibes. I don't think. We have a lot more cards to unveil, of course. I'm not really getting that. But I'm getting some sort of like, yeah, again, you just had to be the parent in some situations growing up. Maybe even still now, because I feel like for a lot of y'all who are watching, like you're younger, indicated by that Page of Swords, and then again the little one next to the mother in that boat. And pages begin our court card family. Pages, knights, queens, kings. Pages are between ages 0 and 18, birth and 18 years old. But yeah, a lot of y'all, you and your mother like this, right? And on one end, I see like you and your mother like going through like y'all are going through this together at this time, and y'all are transitioning to something. Um, Simply put, I think I'll get more information as we keep going, as I keep going in your spread, as we keep getting more cards here for you. But it just seems like, generally speaking, with that Wheel of Fortune popping out here, that you and your mother are going, I mean, quite simply, to calmer shores. Like, y'all are moving to a place that's both beneficial for you and her. I'm not saying necessarily physically moving, but I did say at the beginning, right? Like, you as an individual could be moving. But when I'm talking about you and your mother, like, y'all are moving through something, like, this is more metaphorical or symbolic, however you want to say that. Like, y'all are moving into a time that's more calm, that's more tranquil, that's more peaceful, that's more at ease. Just like those waters that are ahead with that Six of Swords, they are literally moving to calmer shores in this card. There's something here about, yeah, there's just something here that's like moving to an elevated state, moving to like a better life, moving to a better existence, like elevating yourselves or yourself from your your current circumstances. Like, things are looking better. Things are looking a lot better. For those that this does apply to, with as far as like you're like the kid that's moving out, maybe going to college, whatever, but you're just moving out. You're starting a life on your own, right? Um, I'm getting for those ones like you are. I'm getting you are like you're very intelligent. I think you have a good mind. Could be really good in conversations. Um, a little witty, knows how to put on the charm. I get there's kind of a side message here though too with that, because I think you are head centered, because like there's the head, there's the heart, there's the body, right? My mind goes to the Enneagram. A lot of y'all probably know what that is. A lot of y'all probably know what your number is, right? If you don't know what it is, look it up. I think it's pretty cool. But you're either a head type, a heart type, or a body type. If you're a If you are a 2, 3, or 4, you are heart centered. If you are a 5, 6, or 7, you are head centered. If you are an 8, 9, or 1, you are body centered. But I'm getting it for a lot of y'all, like you are head centered. And with the head centers, the primary like negative emotion that they struggle with is fear. And so y'all, a lot of y'all may struggle with that. And a lot of y'all may struggle with just kind of living up in your head, maybe having a hard time. Yeah, because the clouds, for some reason, in this Wheel of Fortune, not for some reason, there is a reason that these clouds are sticking out to me. Specifically, these clouds in the Wheel of Fortune. Actually, the primary detail that's sticking out in this moment. Um, and yeah, yeah, I'm getting like literally like head in the clouds, because Page of Swords 2, again, swords. Anytime we're talking about swords, you're talking about the mind, right? We're talking about the intellect. We have another sword card showing up in your foundation here. And the ground that the Page of Swords is standing on doesn't look real. It looks surreal. It looks dreamlike, right? And so I'd say y'all finding ways to ground yourselves, ways you can find to put yourself in your body, in your physical body, to feel your essence, to feel your vitality. Also connecting with your heart as well. So whatever that looks like for you, whether that's yoga, whether that's going out in the woods, sitting crisscross applesauce on the ground, and just grounding yourself literally out in nature, out in the wild, meditation, physical exercise, but just things that can help you get outside of your head. Journaling, stream of conscious writing, where that piece of paper just acts as like a brain dump for you and your thoughts. But yeah, like simply, like so far, it's like you as an individual, or you and again your mother, maybe both, are moving to greener pastures, to calmer shores. Let's keep going. Yeah, I think this is a further combination. Yeah, definitely some of y'all who are watching this going to school, going back to school, going to a trade school, educating yourself, higher education. Take it how it resonates. But this is the card of hard work. This is my card of hard work in the deck. And he's removed himself from his city. He's kind of far away from his town, his home there in the background. He's isolated himself on purpose. So get rid of all the noise on the outside, get rid of all distractions. He just wants to laser focus on what he's trying to accomplish, what he's working on. All those pinnacles, right? That he's trying to bring into the 3D. Yeah, that's really cool, y'all. Because I'm getting, for some of you, Cancer, it's like, I don't know, like you're fed up with your circumstances right now in life. This is, so far, this energy is definitely like, I'm kind of fed up with where I'm at, maybe where my family's at, and I want a better life for myself, or I want a better life for my mother. I want a better life for all of us. And so I've made the decision starting today to consciously pursue a path that is going to benefit me, that is going to benefit my loved ones, that is going to put me on the right trajectory in life to go upwards and onwards, right? Oh, excuse me again. I'm just going to keep these up here. I'm trying to position myself further away from the mic, right? When I blow my nose, but y'all can still probably hear all of that. And it's probably full volume, so again, I apologize. It is what it is. But yeah, that's really cool. Like you just want your circumstances to change, and you're taking the steps to do that now. Mm. What's after that? Huh. I am getting for some of y'all that this is like, I don't know, there's some sort of divine intervention coming in. Like those are the two words that are sticking out of my mind. Divine intervention with these next two cards that came out, the Hierophant and the Lovers. I'm getting some love stuff, yes, but I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, perhaps Cancer, there's someone trying to communicate with you. Now, this could be in a love sense, but again, I'll touch on that in a little while. But I mean like a, a spiritual source, some higher power, I think is trying to come into your life and show you some signs. Maybe you've been asking for signs. Maybe you've been praying, been asking the universe, "Hey, are you out there?" Or can I get some sort of sign, some sort of confirmation, right? I get a sense of protection too, as well. Like I just see, I don't know, maybe like an orb of protection around you right now, Cancer. Like that could be the divine intervention. Like you're being protected right now. Yeah, because as your life is changing in some fashion, some way with that Wheel of Fortune. And the Six of Swords, they're leaving with nothing but their clothes on their backs. The Six of Swords can be a very involved process. There's a lot going into this card. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this card. But this is not just a simple, like, okay, bye, like, I'm leaving. This is like a completely new chapter in life, right? Like we are completely parting ways with our old reality. Again, nothing but the clothes on their backs, right? They're literally taking nothing with them into the new reality, into their new life. Especially that pair with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is a big reset for y'all, I feel. And I don't know if rewarded is the right way, but with that Eight of Pentacles showing up to next to the Hierophant and the Lovers, I feel like, I don't know, Cancer. It's like what I was saying earlier. Like you're aligning yourself to the right trajectory in life. You're aligning yourself to where you are meant to be going, right? And because of that, your vibration is going to be raising. And as it rises, you're going to attract things of similar vibration, right? You're going to keep rising, you're going to keep going, and the things that you attract are only going to get better and better and better and better. And this is all things. I'm not just talking about relationship. I'm talking about literally everything in life. But I am getting in a love sense, like since you are aligning yourself upwards and onwards, you are being rewarded in a sense. You're being like, um, I don't know if gifted is the right word, but there's someone coming in that I'm getting is kind of like meant for you. And it's like you're going to look back later and you're going to think about this day like, wow, that was the day that I decided things are going to change. And I thank myself for that because if I never made that decision, I would have never found this person, right? Because it's like you're just, if you never chose this decision, you're just like kind of coasting straight ahead while this person is going this way, upwards and onwards, and you're just kind of like that. But now, since you've made that decision, you're both going this way, right? So I'm definitely seeing for some of y'all that there's a person coming in. Seems pretty good too with the Hierophant and the Lovers together. Yeah, I mean both of those two. I mean those two cards together, y'all, for me can absolutely symbolize like marriage. Definitely. Seriously, all the drainage that is coming out is insane. The sheer amount of it. But like, yeah, and that Six of Wands, like, I see this kind of on almost all fronts. Like you on a personal level with that Six of Wands, you on a relationship level, your mother as well, because I was talking a lot about your mom, right? Earlier in the reading, like to start us off. I feel like this is kind of all around the Six of Wands is like, excuse me, whoa. But there's a victory coming in for you. Simply put, you're riding high on that horse. You're being celebrated in the Six of Wands. You are winning in the Six of Wands. I'm also getting two for a lot of y'all, like this person, when we're talking about relationship things here, this person, this is how they're going to make you feel. Like they're going to make you feel um, like royalty. Like it's like they're the ones who put you up there on that horse, right? Because they want to celebrate you. They want to celebrate like how far you've come, and they want to like share that with you. And excuse me, and they want to help you out. They want to assist you. They want to be by your side through this process. Like they're just gonna make you feel good, Cancer. Let's see what else. Hmm. I am getting for a lot of y'all though, like this is not going to be immediate. This is again, okay, I feel like this is the initial phase again, right? What I was saying earlier, like this is the inception. But you've aligned yourself where you need to be going now. And you're going this way, right? And after a while, you've reached a point where you're doing pretty well in life. And it's like that's when this person is going to come in. When you are on an individual level, have reached this Six of Wands, right? That's when you're going to get it. Because right next to the Six of Wands, we have the Knight of Wands. And he is facing the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is facing him. They are facing each other. That Knight of Wands, he is blazing in. He is riding in. He's blazing in. What am I trying to say there? He's coming in hot, right? We can tell too, especially all the red in that card. What he's wearing, the horse. Red is the symbol for passion, for the symbol of fire. Any knight in the deck, we're talking about the element or the fire element. Also, we're dealing with wands, which is also the fire element. We have double fire in this Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands, I feel like, yeah, I feel like for a lot of y'all, okay, I'm kind of getting here too, like this, it feels like this is a whirlwind and this is kind of all happening at once. Maybe these changes are like moving at lightning speed and it's like you can't keep up. And it's like before you know it, this Knight of Wands for you, this person is already in your life. And you're like, where the hell did you come from? I'm trying to catch up over here. And we already have you swooping in, right? But this is very fast energy with this Knight of Wands. But I'm not necessarily getting like in a bad way though. Like things moving too fast, not in a bad way. I'd say this is in a good way, especially with all the cards that I'm seeing here. Yeah, yes. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting for some of y'all that you like there's some like y'all have some abandonment issues that need to be worked through, but there is that fear of abandonment. Oh, yes. Remember Enneagram at the beginning of this reading? I was talking about head types. How a lot of y'all are going to be that head type, and how their primary fear or their primary emotion that they struggle with, negative emotion, is fear, right? For a lot of y'all, that's fear of abandonment. Maybe you've had negative experiences in the past with that. Um, Relationships that have ended up like that. This obviously comes from somewhere. So perhaps something that needs to be worked through. Because towards the end here, or at the end here, we have the Four Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Perhaps Cancer, you're focused on the past with this Four Cups. His gaze is fixated on those Three Cups down there. He's not noticing, he's not seeing the cup that is being presented to him by Spirit from the cloud. Spirit says, hey, look at this. You're not seeing this. You're focused on what's down here. You're not focused on what I'm trying to offer you in this moment. Something new, something fresh, something that's good for you, right? I'm also getting for some of y'all too, with the Eight of Pentacles back here, combined with the Four Cups, combined with the Five of Pentacles. It's like I feel like you want a relationship, Cancer, but there's something blocking you. There's something in the way there. Maybe for some of y'all, like you're just really focused on like you're really focused on yourself and your career. And that's okay, but at a certain point that turns into a detriment. That turns into something that's unhealthy. If we turn into like a workaholic, right? Or if we've kind of put our career on a pedestal for so long, if we just really focused on our career for so long, and then these years pass by, right? And now we're like 32, and you kind of take a step back and you realize, like, wait, like, I'm still single. What's going on there? Why? I'm 32. And then you start freaking out, right? Because you're like, my window is shrinking. I haven't even thought about dating. I've just been focused and so wrapped up in my own life. Like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing? Like, I see some of y'all being that way. And maybe some of y'all are using like your career or like trying to like work on yourself as some sort of excuse for not putting yourself out there, or for not opening your heart. Yeah, because yeah, this is your only cup card to show up. And with the Four Cups, I mean, it's not, it's not the most cheerful cup card, we'll say that. That's not the most positive, is not the right word. It's not like positive, negative, but yeah, it's just like just overarching things, overall themes that this card could symbolize is, like apathy, not necessarily depression, but like just kind of meh. Boredom can be sadness, although we haven't sunk into like the extreme depths. That's where the Five of Cups comes in, right? That's where we're like really in the thick of it, right? When it comes to like, again, depression, extreme sadness. we are wallowing in the five of cups. We're not really quite wallowing in this four of cups. And that's not what I'm really seeing. And then with this five of pentacles, and again, his arms are crossed as well against that tree. You know, when our arms are crossed, Cancer, like our body language is not open. We're not receptive. We're blocked off. We're closed off. We're kind of telling the world, we're kind of telling people, like, hey, like, you can't access me, or I don't want to be accessed. I'm closed off. I am off limits, right? For some of you, Cancer, because of the Knight of Wands, because he's so fiery and he's rushing in, maybe that kind of scares you. Maybe you're kind of scared that things are moving a little bit too fast, or like, I don't know if this is like quite right for me, or but again, I did get the general sense that this is like, again, moving fast, like in a good way though, right? But maybe it's a little overwhelming, right? Maybe it's just a lot to work through. Maybe it's something you're not used to, right? Especially if this person's coming in hot and you're more like, you're kind of closed off and you're trying to work through like these abandonment issues. Because I see like more closed off with that Five of Pentacles too, right? Like you've been left out in the cold. I mean, literally, in this card, that's what we're seeing. But like, obviously, symbolically, metaphorically, however you say that. I just, excuse me, I feel like there's something blocking you between you and this person, you and love, you and relationships. Mm. Let's see, Spirit, can I get a card for this Knight of Wands over here? Knight of Wands, one card for the Knight of Wands. Why is it here for Cancer? Some more information. Yeah, he clarifies this pretty well. This makes me even feel more better about this Knight of Wands. Because yes, Cancer may seem like this person's moving really fast, coming in hot and heavy, right? May feel overwhelming. But their heart, what they have going on the inside, who they are as a person, is the Knight of Pentacles. We have this card clarifying the Knight of Wands. It's interesting, these two energies. Maybe they're very like playful, or very like, they're very lively on the outside. Very, I don't know, has a certain zest for life, has a certain passion for life. And maybe they're like really into travel, they kind of want to go a lot. But like that is who they are. And you may think they're a certain person based off of that, but who they are as well, like on the inside, who they truly are as a person, is that Knight of Pentacles as well. The Knight of Pentacles, he's different from all the other knights. He's not interested in going on these grand adventures. He's interested staying at home, tending to his field day in and day out. And I know what I just said about the Knight of Wands and how he is going on adventures. He wants to go. He has the zest for life. But I'm seeing both sides. I know that might seem contradictory, what I'm saying with the Knight of Pentacles versus this Knight of Wands, but it's like this person has both. And again, don't let it deceive you. Like, get to know this person, right? And I feel like you're going to find out on the inside, once you get to know them better, that, like, wow, this person is actually coming from a really good place. Like, yes, they may seem a little crazy. They may seem like they just want to go, 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 go. But they have a solid foundation on the inside. They are here. I mean, this Knight of Pentacles, again, he is the responsible knight. He stays at home. He tends to his field day in and day out. He's responsible. He's hardworking. And the Knight of Pentacles is like, this is a card of longevity. This is a card, I'm in it for the long haul. I am in it for the long haul. I really like that. Spirit, a card for the Hierophant, please. The Hierophants. Why is the Hierophant here for Cancer? Just one card, please. And a card for the Lovers, real quick. Can I get a clarification for the Lovers? Just one card. Why is the Lovers here for Cancer? Lovers, 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 lovers. Ooh, that was a crazy unlock. I feel like, y'all, the Queen of Wands clarified that the Lovers, right? The Black Cat. The Black Cat usually stands out to me in this card, and it is, the cat is standing out to me once more. Notice too, the Lovers too, like they're naked, right? And I'm getting that Black Cat combined with the Lovers, combined with that Four of Cups down there, Five of Pentacles. Like there's this there's some sort of fear of being seen, or there's some sort of fear of, maybe that's where the fear of abandonment's coming from. Like, right? It's like, if this person gets to know the real me, if they see everything about me, warts and all, they're gonna want to leave. It's like Cancer. I feel like a lot of felt like you feel like you're, what's the word I'm looking for? You feel like there's a defect in you that makes you, that you perceive that like no one can love you because of it. If this person sees my Black Cat, they see my darker nature, the dark side of me. By the way, we all have it, Cancer. Our shadow side. That they're not going to want to be with me. That they're going to say, peace out. Yeah, fear of abandonment. But that Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands to me is my card of confidence in the deck. Out of any other card, the Queen of Wands is so, like, she's so confident. She owns every part of herself. She says, because in times of tarot, you do not have a Black Cat. Dear God, you do not have one. She said, and that cat is front and center too. It's not just like peering around the corner for throne. It's not like in the corner of the card. It's not hiding. It's front and center. The Queen says, I love my cat. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I love him. He is mine. I claim him. Who cares? Right? And she owns every part of her, the ugly and the great. Everything, the whole picture. There's an element here of being vulnerable with that Queen of Wands, of opening your heart, Cancer. Opening yourself up with that Four of Cups. Uncrossing those arms. Looking at what Spirit is trying to offer you in that cup, with that chalice. Spirit's trying to offer you something amazing. And it seems like for a lot of y'all, it's a person. But you can't keep locked up. You can't keep your heart concealed forever, Cancer. You can't keep people out in the cold for forever. But be confident, be bold heading into this. Own every part of yourself. And maybe you need to, maybe a lot of y'all just need to do some work with that. Maybe you work on it with a professional, work on it with a therapist, right? But yeah, like I said with the Lovers and the Hierophant on an individual level, like what I said at the beginning, like divine intervention, divine guidance, the Hanged Man clarified the Hierophant, like y'all. Like I feel like for a lot of y'all too, like you're spiritually being guided right now. Like spirit, I think feels like has a hand in your situation, is guiding you right now. And I feel like I don't know, you've just gotten a lot of insights lately. You've gotten a lot of info, gotten a lot of downloads from, we'll say, up above. Because his head is glowing in that Hanged Man. Actually, Spirit, can I get one more card maybe for that? Hanged Man and Hierophants. Hanged Man and Hierophants. Hanged Man and Hierophants. Hanged Man and Hierophants. Yeah, Cancer, I had to sit with that for a second because the King of Swords clarified those two. And I'm definitely seeing for some of y'all, like there's someone coming in, and this is not relationship wise. It's like this is a mentor. This is some like authority figure, someone older, perhaps. That's like I'm getting like showing you the way or giving you guidance. And this is again like in the spiritual realm. Um, and so I'd say be on the watch for that. Excuse me. Be on the watch for that as well with that King of Swords and Hierophant. Like they're both leaders. I'm trying to see if there's anything else there. But I really feel like this row right here is like spiritual understanding. Because of that King of Swords as well, like he has butterflies on the back of his throne. And again, swords, intellect, he's the king. When we've arrived at the Queens and Kings, we've arrived at the fully matured version of their suit. In this case, our minds. With the King of Swords, we are the master of our own minds. Truly the master, and butterflies are, of course, symbolic of transformation. And the Hanged Man, again, the glow around his head. Yeah, Cancer. I feel like for a lot of y'all, too, like this is an evolution of your mind. Um, I feel like for a lot of y'all, yeah, like this is resilience right here. This is mental toughness. This is saying like I'm not a victim. I am not a victim to my circumstances. I can change. I will change. I am changing. Cancer, you are changing. And Cancer, I think we'll leave it there. I think we've exhausted this. I'm running out of things to say, which is my sign that we've laid it all out there. This reading has been, what, 50 minutes? Wow. Yeah. we've covered a lot. Cancer, I hope all that made sense. Hope I was able to shed some awareness on y'all's situation. And yeah, for you to understand kind of where you need to go from here. Overall, though, looks good. I like this. And yeah, I appreciate the ones who stuck around to the end. I know this is a long reading, but I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I will see you soon.